I think we got it this time. Just looking for treasure. Welcome. Finally got this set up so it works. Make some adjustments while I wait for some folks to show up. Undefined what? Welcome. Corky, welcome. Harper, welcome. Allie Shoemaker, welcome. Nicole Cruz, welcome. JC Likes Pam, welcome. Joe H, welcome. No, I'm fine. Oh, I'm good. Jack Allman, welcome. Wheat Penny, welcome. Hap Nation, welcome. Fubar, welcome. David Carlisle, welcome. Labby, welcome. Kimberly Browder, welcome. Carrie Baxter, welcome. GB, welcome. Old Man, welcome. Thank you, Harper. We appreciate that. GNP, welcome. I'm going to just say hi to people, let a decent crowd get in here, and then I'm going to give everybody kind of the update. Rosella, welcome. Marion, welcome. Mary Belial, welcome. Can, welcome. Cork, welcome. Suhad, welcome. Yeah, we're actually broadcasting this using the old iPhone and tripod. That's why I had trouble getting it to go live, because it's been a long time since I used this old thing and the software's changed and all that. So I apologize for the false alarms, but it looks like we finally got it working. David Carlisle, welcome. Patrick, welcome. Edward, welcome. Michelle, welcome. Brad Carney, welcome. Shannon Smith, welcome. Patrick Johnson, welcome. I think I might have missed you. All right, so rather than do like a video or posting something in the community section like we normally would do, we decided to just go ahead, throw the old iPhone on the stand and shoot a quick live update. That way we can, if anybody's got questions, we can hopefully answer questions. We have more questions than we do answers. We'll give you that up front. Brad Millette, welcome. So what I'm going to do is read you the last email. I know a lot of y'all stayed up with Can late into the wee hours of the morning, and I know Joe was in and out of there. I'm not sure in his condition, even when he was there, whether he was really there, because as you guys know, he was in a lot of pain. They were concerned he might have punctured a lung. There's a lot of haze right now. Okay, so we'll try and kind of hang it out there and see if we can sort out some of the stuff for folks. But I'll warn you up front that this is a fluid situation, as they always say. And from what started last night, with the first couple emails, and then what went on during Can stream, and now the email that I got today, which I got an email today from Joe from RedBay. Yeah, we got multiple emails today. So far, it sounds like the news is better than what we originally thought, because the first message, for those of you that weren't here last night during the live stream, was B found an email during the live stream from Joe from RedBay that he was trapped. He and his family were trapped in their home because of the hurricane, and couldn't get help, couldn't get out. So we contacted the I couldn't reach anybody down there, which is understandable, until I reached the police department. Police department sent people out. He said that he was transported out of the house on a Coast Guard Zodiac, basically, probably Coast Guard boat, and then taken to the shelter, he said, where the family was rounded up. At first, his one grandson and his mother were missing. They were apparently, according to him, they were all located and brought to the shelter. At one point, he said his grandson had a broken leg. As of today, he's not mentioning the grandson having a broken leg. He's saying the family is all okay. But it turns out that he had a broken leg, and he has some broken ribs. T. Navarro, welcome. So the latest update from Joe is from about 2 hours ago. He says, I'm hurting, but medicated up pretty good. All my surgeries look good. My lungs weren't punched, but I have a few broken ribs. All I know about my family is they are doing okay. That's what I was told. About all I can do now is sleep. They said my ankle will heal up in a few months. So they did do surgery on his ankle. We don't know if it involved his lower leg, the tib fib, but we know his ankle was involved at this point. We know that, as he just said, that the doctors are saying the surgery went well, and it's going to take him a couple months to get, healthy. What we don't know yet, and we sent him an email today after this one, saying that Joe H. volunteered to bring a truckload of Walmart down. We've got some other folks that have said that they would likely do the same. But we have to, number one, we have to confirm that it's safe for anybody to go down there. Number two, we raised $500 last night, just on the fly. You guys just did it and then B posted this up. So we've got $500 in cash sitting in the PayPal, 505 to be exact at this point, in PayPal for Joe. We asked him about a PayPal welcome. Charles, welcome. Kimberly, welcome. Spray Can, welcome. Crafty, welcome. Lady Braven, welcome. So hopefully, Mike Panucci, welcome. Very cool. Good to know, Panucci. Monty, welcome. Shelly Green, welcome. Wesley, welcome. So at this point, here's what the plan is, and I kind of talked about it a little bit last night, because of the situation down there, and because we don't really know what's going on, and because of Joe's injuries, he's kind of in and out of clarity, okay, if that makes sense. And now he's medicated and resting finally. So tomorrow, we're thinking that once he wakes up tomorrow in the hospital, he'll have a better idea, a little bit clearer mind. He won't. Last night he was clearly in shock. So when your body goes into shock and your brain starts to shut down, a lot of you know, nothing's clear. Okay, you believe certain things are happening, but they may not be. So what we Michelle, that's part of this. We're not going to send the donations down, with the exception possibly of the cash, until we know, number one, that it's safe to get down there. Then we would release, folks that have offered to drive down there. Rex Benham, a new member, thank you. The donation from money, as soon as he is alert enough to tell us where he wants us to send the funds, then we will do that, because we don't have his account. He never put a PayPal account on, anywhere with us. So we don't have any record of what his PayPal account is. That's number one. Number two, we don't know if his bank is underwater or whatever. So what we want to do is we want to sort out what's real, what's right, and most of all, if the house is gone and the cars are gone, where from the shelter, where are Joe and the family going to go? They've got family in the area, they got cousins and everything else, so they may relocate at someone else's home temporarily. He does have some insurance. He was talking through a lot of pain and shock last night, so we need to verify all that stuff. Once we know firmly that we can send the money safely somewhere, we ultimately may wind up sending the money to Joe H. so that he has the cash if he winds up being able to drive down safely before we can get anything, working where he lives. Because if the damage was that substantial, and from what I've seen on the internet, showing that part of Alabama and the flooding and the damage, they're lucky to be alive, number one. Apparently there have been some deaths. Thankfully, we believe no one in his family, although at one point he thought his grandson who broke his leg had passed away.
Well, he said in one
But
of the emails from today that one of his cousins is still missing. So
no, his cousin was located
when?
later on in one of the emails. But see, that's the thing. He said today he said one of his cousins was still missing.
Yeah, if something's missing.
So some things aren't quite clear yet, and we think that that's a combination of the pain, the shock, and now pain meds too. Recovering from surgery. So Joe H, and we appreciate that, man. And there's other folks that I know want to step up, including us.
He sent money to
Coin World UK, £2. Thank you very much. We will put that to Joe as well. Even though money to the super chat, we'll just make that happen, okay? Newman's Canada with Bruce, welcome. Jack Allman, welcome. I don't know if I missed anybody, but so anyway, here's what we're thinking, and based on training from a long time ago, and also experience with Katrina. The first couple days are going to be extremely confusing, number one. Number two, the National Guard and the military are on the ground there, and FEMA is on the ground there already. That we've been able to confirm. They have several military bases surrounding where he lives, from Pensacola Naval Air Station. There's also the CB base in Mississippi, and there's also the Air Force base in Biloxi. And then there's, I believe, another military base just north of them, and there's also a big Fort Benning, I think, in Georgia. So they're all, if they need to, they can bring the military in. The thing that we have to do is find out, make sure that there's power, that the banks are functioning, and that they have a location that they can settle. And then I sent him instructions saying, once you're alert and awake, let us know what you need, whether it's clothes, money, food, anything we can load in the pickup truck from Walmart, the cash, obviously. So we need to kind of give him time, give the situation time there on the ground for either the water to recede or for him to relocate with the family to maybe a relative's place or a hotel or a rental. We don't know where they're going to put them. It may take a day or two, okay? And understand they're not the only folks impacted in that area. So it's kind of like an ant's nest getting poked, okay? There's people everywhere, and the first responders are everywhere. And what happens a lot of times when you have a mass casualty situation like this is the National Guard and the police will shut down the area and not allow anybody in except residents. So, and they will also establish drop points for donations, things like that. Red Cross will come in, the Tide truck that Jen was talking about last night, that'll come in. There's lots of different organizations that'll come in, but none of them are going to be specifically targeting Joe and his family like we are. So we need to allow him time to sort out his thoughts and where everybody is and where they're going to relocate to, so we have an address. Once we get that, we can contact local authorities. We can verify whether access to that location is clear and open, and then we can unleash, as I said to him, we can unleash the JBCOINS family army, okay, and send him whatever he needs and whatever his family needs. The one email he sent last night was that he said that that basically when they were rescued by the Coast Guard, all they had was the clothes on their back, and they were soaked to the bone. So.
And yes, if he has grandkids, he has kids, but they are all in the same situation from the same area, so that
Yeah.
doesn't help Michelle.
Yeah, so he has kids, Michelle, but they're grown apparently, because he's got grandkids. We don't know how old the kids, the grandkids, obviously his mom. So we're going to need to find all that stuff out, okay?
The bottom line is they were all in the same situation. So
Yeah, and Reverend Robert Welcome, he's saying, yes, I called the state senator last night. They are overwhelmed. They're doing risk assessments, projected casualties, contacting insurance adjusters from other states, and COVID also not spread. So that's exactly what I was talking about. What Reverend Robert's talking about is exactly what I was talking about. So we're going to need, like Darnice says, we're going to need to know, boys size such and such, men's size such and such, mom's size such and such, grandkids size such and such. If there's any of the grandbabies that are in diapers, that would be something that Joe could take down, obviously, from Walmart in the truck. Get some contractors' bags, throw 3-4 packages of diapers in, but we need to know what size. And we need to know if they need them. They might not need them. So we hopefully will have more information tomorrow, be able to get a definite plan of attack of, is it safe to go in, where are we sending it to, and how do we get the money to somebody, whether it's Joe H. or directly to Joe, but he's in the hospital. So we don't know when he's going to be released from the hospital, and when he is, where's it going to go? So anyway, like B just said, that's kind of a quick update. Like I said at the beginning, it raises more questions than answers at this point, but because there is still some confusion about whether everyone in the family is safe because of his condition and lack of clarity. We just received a donation from GNP for Joe. Thank you. And yes, Mike, we mentioned that last night. Yeah, the holidays are coming up. They've lost everything. Mike, at this point, we don't have confirmation that he actually did lose a grandson, because today he wasn't talking about losing a grandson at all.
no, they found him yesterday.
And they found him yesterday, they said, with a broken leg. So he was missing a cousin, but we got an email today saying that they located the cousin. So and Allie, we don't know how old the grandson is or how many grandchildren he has. So Santiago, welcome. So Patrick Johnson just made a donation for Joe. Thank you, Patrick.
What we're gonna do now is we're gonna finish the stream with the prayer,
Okay.
not only from Joe, we could pray for everybody from his area.
Okay.
And I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, a lot of us have things that, for lack of a better term, maybe cluttering up our house or we're hanging on to it too long. I know I've got a whole bunch of clothes in the other room, in the closet, and in my dresser that probably don't fit me anymore, and I may never get back in. So, and they're like brand new. So, things like that we can probably gather up without having to buy them, bundle them up, and get them down there. But again, I think tomorrow we're going to have a much clearer picture. Because at first, Mike, he was saying that they found the missing grandson, but the grandson had a broken leg. Then later with you guys, he was saying that the grandson had passed. And then he said he had the broken leg, broken ankle, and that they flighted him. They flighted pretty far from where he lives. So that's another issue, is he's not in the area where his family is right now. He's in the hospital alone. And the only real contact he has with people that he knows is with us and with you guys on Can last night. So until tomorrow, when he's a little less foggy and things kind of come into a clearer picture of when we can release money, how we can get the money there, how we can get supplies there, what supplies they need, because we don't want to just overload them with a bunch of junk that they might not be able to use. And I mean, I don't mean junk, but you know what I mean. I already asked them how many kids, how many people, what sizes, what do you need, and we will get it there. So that was kind of what we had in mind, was just to do a quick update, because trying to do a video and not being able to answer questions, we didn't want to do that. We wanted to get, be able to have the interaction and give everybody a heads up. B came up with a great suggestion here, partly at Joe's request. We told him that we were going to continue to pray for him, and he said that he would like if we not only prayed for him and his family, but also for his friends and his neighbors in his community, because obviously they're impacted like this as well. So, Gary, that's great to know too, because yeah, we're trying to pull all those resources together, get the shopping list, and then just basically say, okay, who can get? Here's the list. Who can get what, and get it in a truck and get there. So that's kind of that's the next phase, if you will, is getting the information. And then once we have the information, checking it's safe. Once it's safe, we have an address, we have the information, we rock and roll. We hit the ground running, okay? So if we could say a prayer, are you going to post info on member community YouTube page or Facebook?
I don't know what to post at this time.
Yeah, we don't know what to post at this time. Probably this will be it for today, and then tomorrow, we'll have, when we have a better understanding, we may do another one of these, or I'm kind of leaning towards another one of these. Okay. Gary Young, yeah, I absolutely understand Semper Fi. You never fail a mission. B gets tired of hearing me say, complete the mission, complete the mission, complete the mission. So apologize last night for going right into combat mode, but you can take the boy out of the military, but you can't take the military training out of the boy. So, so if we could stop typing, if we could say a prayer for 30 seconds, each in their own way, like we always say, for not only Joe and his family to be safe and make a speedy recovery, and also, as he said, his friends, his neighbors, his extended family, his cousins, all of those in the community that have been affected like this. If we could say a prayer for 30 seconds starting now. And God bless everybody down there. God bless everybody in this family. You guys are just always amazing. We've always said that, and clearly, when we decide to move to the next step and start sending relief down there and help down there, I think he's going to meet a lot of people that he's known on here for a long time, and he's going to see a lot of love and help, and I think that's going to help him and his family a whole lot. So thank you to everybody that I missed, saying hello to Scott, Ms. Linda, W. Warford, Stephen Sosa, GB, Hap Nation, Coin World UK, and anyone else that I missed. Like I said, we'll probably do another update like this tomorrow evening.
Well, tomorrow we have live stream, so yes, we will.
Oh yeah, tomorrow we have the live stream. Tomorrow night, the live stream's at 7:30 p.m. Central, so we can give the update during the live stream, and if we have enough information, we might be able to start moving things. So everybody have a great night. Keep them in your prayers, and thank you to everybody. Thank you to Can for doing what you did too, and see y'all tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central.
Good night.
And good night. God bless. Sweet dreams, everybody. We're out.